outstanding symptoms is something that, so we have our symptoms. You know, I have my symptoms of my fibromyalgia, cognitive impairment, irritable bowel syndrome, fatigue, pain. But outstanding symptoms are symptoms that aren't on that little list that you see on WebMD that also affect your life, such as medical expenses, something else we have to deal with. Like whenever I had to go get all my testing done and I didn't know it was going to be a $600 deductible out of my pocket. Insurance hassles. Can I get insurance? Is my insurance going to cover me? Is my insurance company going to think that they have a better idea of what I should be taking than my doctor does? My friend Bernie, who has the Crohn's disease, who was on Humira, which did work for a while, and I heard about this from another person who was also on Humira, the insurance companies like to make you go on the cheaper medicines first and prove that they don't work. Meanwhile, your autoimmune disease is attacking your body and doing irreparable damage while you prove that this isn't going to work and you need the expensive medication. There are the medication side effects, so additional symptoms. I was on a medication for fibromyalgia for about a week and then I quit because I was seeking help with the cognitive impairment and the fatigue, and I was given a medication and the side effects were dizziness and fatigue. So yeah, I don't go to that doctor anymore. Treatment inconveniences. Having to take time off work, having to miss class, having to arrange a babysitter just to go see your doctor or go pursue treatment. Co-occurring conditions. Some people are like my friend Brianna, and they're bullseye people, and they just get a bunch of things at once. You know, my friend Tim has depression and anxiety. They don't necessarily, and I have osteoarthritis and fibromyalgia. One did not cause the other. Those are just two separate things. But sometimes you have a condition that does cause another condition. You know, I get depression. It's a symptom of my fibromyalgia. So people with Lyme disease, if it goes untreated, that can lead to arthritis. Damage to relationships. We have to cancel plans a lot, especially if we're going through a flare. It can be really difficult to date us because, not because, you know, people are overall, I believe, good and nice. And the problem is, I think, in the tension I've experienced in my relationships comes more from somebody wanting to help and not being able to, and the frustration, the feeling of frustration of not being able to help me and not being able to fix it and not being able to do something about it. That can cause some tension. But it also causes damage to relationships when people just don't understand, when you can't keep your commitments. And then there's everything else that's lost. You know, like, for example, I can't run anymore. And so I lost something in my life that gave me joy. There's daily losses, which we can talk about. I want to talk, when I talk about stages of grief, I'll talk about